Given that brief introduction, let's continue. My name is Bill Schutz. I'm an instructional designer, and today I'd like to take you through a walkthrough of my instructional design portfolio. So let's begin with an overview of the portfolio. The walkthrough I'm going to be showing you uses FolioTech to build the portfolio. So the very first page is what's referred to as an identity page. And on this page, you can learn a little bit about me and my mission statement. To continue, the portfolio website is Schutz Learning Solutions, and I'd like to call your attention to the sidebar, which leads to navigating on the portfolio website. So a little bit about my experience before we continue. Most recently, I've been an instructional designer as well as a technical trainer, and I like to brand myself as a global collaborator. Mostly remotely, I've had a lot of opportunity to work with people from other countries and have really enjoyed it. My education consists of the Master's of Science in both Learning Technologies and Electrical Engineering. The lion's share of this presentation I'd like to spend talking about the portfolio of technology-based creative works. The way that FolioTech functions, I wanted to give a little demonstration of how to navigate as well. So at the highest level, on the menu called Creative Works, it indicates to click a little further into the instructional design portfolio. So if we click into that, then you can see this link, which represents project work. It's a little bit like opening a book. It has both a left-hand panel and a right-hand panel. On the leftmost side, there are active links which show 4 recent projects that I've worked on: network diagrams, affordances of education, test-driven development, Elogistics. The links also give access to design documents, as well as video presentations to describe the work in more detail. To the right-hand panel, we click on the link at the top, then we are able to directly visit the portfolio website, and we're going to look at a few highlights of that website together now. The website itself is a bit of a project. At the bottom, you can see it's based on a framework called YAML, and that simply means that it's a responsive website which can adapt to desktop, tablet, or mobile phones. That lets me highlight some of my client-side web development capability. So the first project I'd like to briefly highlight was on network diagrams, which is a tool used to help project managers to understand scheduling facilitations for work that they're managing. This lets me show that I have used capability of Articulate, Rise, and developed these courses as websites that are interactive. And this particular graphic shows an interactive graphic where students can click on the graphic to get more information, so their attention is drawn to the right details of the table. One of the key benefits of using Rise 360 is that those formats are also responsive. So this gives a clear indication how the table might look when students use a tablet to participate in the course versus if they wish to participate on their mobile phone. So that lets me highlight a little bit of the digital design of these courses as well as the instructional design aspects. The second course I'd like to briefly highlight is related to the affordances of technology and education. This was a situation that developed relating to the pandemic, where many educators were suddenly thrust into online educating when they had not previously done this. So on this slide, the leftmost panel shows the navigation guide. To the right, the Rise 360 content allows for the embedding of material to assist the learners. So this highlights some of the graphic design work as well. This highlights the activity so that it's not just reading an online website. The students actually get involved. So in instructional design, very important, what are the students going to do? This shows a design of an accordion style website. The particular item highlighted allows students to participate in a reflection of the learning topic. Moving on to a more technical topic, the next course highlights test-driven development. GitHub, a popular online repository, is used in order to give the learners breadcrumbs for various states of the code base as they're working and learning. The portion that you're seeing on the screen right now would indicate the start of a particular activity where students can download the initial code and synchronize their activities from the start. The next slide gives an indication of using visual design to show the red highlights for portions of code that are being changed and no longer valid, and then the green portions of code would show the updated entries. Then they can watch these demonstrations and see what they have gotten right, what they've gotten wrong, and have a little bit of scaffolding in order to correct their course. Another nice feature of Rise 360 is that the Google Forms evaluation for the course can be embedded right inside the web content. That was very helpful for me as an instructional designer to get immediate feedback after learners had taken the course. The final course I wanted to highlight is Elogistics. We're working with a university instructor. The client preferred that the material was not freely shared, so it'll be limited, the information that I'm sharing in this presentation. In this case, we were using the learning management system known as Canvas. To the left panel, we attempted to give the students a structure that they could continuously rely upon for each module in the course. So they're presented first with learning objectives, then with activities in order to help them gain the learning. There would be assessments in order for them to prove that indeed they had mastered the learning. So this was one of our client's requirements in order to help the students know what to expect from week to week. One other aspect of this course that was very important, to make the instructions for each assignment to be very, very clear for the students. So in this case, you could see we broke it down in a table, having steps and letters, and supporting activity is linked to, as you can see. We try to clearly outline the assessment criteria so the students can feel at ease. So with the remaining time, I'd like to provide a little bit of a wrap-up. Links to the Foliotech identity page, the Foliotech portfolio, as well as the creative works that we described, will all be provided in the video description on the YouTube site. I'd like to encourage you, if you'd like to learn more about me, to please click on my resume. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions or if you'd like to work with me. There is an active feedback link on the portfolio site. Thank you for any feedback you might be willing to send. Once again, my name is Bill Schutz. I'm an instructional designer, and I look forward to working with you, and thank you for looking at my portfolio.